contest here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, as the Thunder play one at home. Glad to have you with us for more NBA action. Kevin Harlan here along with analysts Greg Anthony and Steve Smith. And we'll be hearing from D.A. along the sideline all game long. Let's check out Toronto's starting lineup. Ibaka is the 4 and Valanciunas in the middle. The talented Lowry and DeRozan pair in the backcourt. And it's Anunoby in at the 3 slot. Nobody near George. That 3 off the mark.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Now, one thing about DeMar DeRozan, he lives in the gym.
I mean, people talk about that he's always working on his game. They talk about him in the offseason being in the lab with all different type of trainers. And the results, they speak for themselves.
And if he can hit that shot, it spreads the defense out and really changes the complexion of the game.
Opens up opportunities for everyone, makes the offense its most dynamic.
And Valanciunas again.
Gotta love the big man Valanciunas fighting for that extra chance, and he was rewarded for his effort.
Outside Westbrook. Pass to George. He feeds it to Carmelo. Lets it go from deep, and it's Westbrook. That time on the assist by Anthony. 6 points for Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, awesome watching Westbrook drain the 3 ball there. He just needs to focus on being a little more efficient from downtown.
Now here's DeRozan. Ibaka, no luck.
And that's a surprise. He's usually deadly from mid-range.
Fast break. Here come the Raptors. DeRozan leading the charge. That's tipped. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. And it's George finishing it off.
Yeah, you see the athleticism George had on that dunk. It's so quick and explosive. Gets to the rim in an instant.
Now, here's Lowry. Ibaka sets the pick for DeRozan. Back to Lowry. Outside DeRozan. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Valanciunas. And again, Toronto no luck. Oklahoma City's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. The kick out to Westbrook. Rebound by the Raptors.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Here's Anthony, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And Toronto called for the foul. You could feel the clock ticking for Melo's time in New York, and this offseason, it finally ended, Greg.
Yeah, and for a team like this to add Melo to the mix, what a blessing. I mean, Melo still has a ton of offense to offer, and hard to add a player so skilled as Melo for practically nothing.
Both free throws good from Anthony. So timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
Yeah, you need to refocus now. Momentum is running against you.
And from what I'm seeing, there's too many unfavorable matchups out there on the floor.
The Raptors making a switch here. Miles is checked in. Raptors trail by 6. Lowry kicks to DeRozan. Ibaka sets the pick for DeRozan. Outside Lowry. Offensive rebound. There's a whistle. It's going to go on Corey Brewer. That's his first foul. Outside DeRozan. They need this.
Yeah, love the job they've done here to protect the paint.
And again, Toronto no luck. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. On the wing, DeRozan. Over Brewer. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. DeRozan's got his first basket.
DeMar DeRozan, one of the best in the business in knocking down the mid-range jump shot.
And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That's his first foul. There's a minute 47 left here in the opening quarter. Here's George. You know, Steve, it seems like players are getting more leeway to shoot, but the one thing coaches cannot stand are turnovers. That's been universal, and for the beginning of the game, talk about how you can cut those turnovers down.
I think for a lot of players, they have to come in and really start to go back to study film. That can definitely cut down turnovers. Next, I think it has to be something that really, it hurts you. I think a lot of guys turn it over and they're like, well, we get to the next play. You got to turn the basketball over, and that has to hurt you. Then I think also a lot of guys make the simple play. Don't go for the fences. Go for the bunts, the singles, and if a guy's open, just give it to him in stride versus trying to create a play. A lot of guys sometimes over-dribble and overthink, just make the right basketball play.
And keeping your focus, I would think, too, just like in anything in regular life, keeping your focus on something has got to be just imperative.
And communication, you said it right. Focus, communication, that will cut down turnovers.
Here's DeRozan, the Thunder making the shot. And now Felton running the floor all by himself. Here's Anthony. Serge Ibaka pulls it in. Ibaka's got his third rebound tonight. Valanciunas inside. Adams defending. No good from Valanciunas.
No hesitation. He took it right to the rack. But a quick reaction by the defense.
For three, Westbrook. Valanciunas grabs the board. Raptors trail by 3. The wide open look here for DeRozan. It's good. This game is all even. DeRozan's got 8 points.
Confident from beyond the arc now. This is the biggest thing that's changed in DeRozan's game.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. There's 18 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Westbrook passes to Felton. The kick out to Westbrook. Good. And a nice assist from Felton. 9 points in the game so far.
Whether it's scoring, passing, or just acting as a decoy, his value to this team cannot be understated. This is a problem for him. Inconsistent from the mid-range.
Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Thunder lead by 5. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Oklahoma City. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
I mean, through one, you have to like the effort, especially on that defensive end.
There are several ways, as you know, to take control of a game. Getting stops is one of them.
Anthony out there with Steven Adams. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's Brewer in at the 2 guard. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. And Valanciunas out of Lithuania, the 5th overall pick back in 2011.
Yeah, he's still quite young. You know, a lot of talent offensively. Defensively, he's probably had less of an impact, but that's where he has to take the next step.
Outside, George. There's the pass to Brewer. Shot clock at 6. Buries it from 3-point range. Brewer's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Thunder. Raptors trail by 8. Left side, DeRozan. Trying to find Valanciunas. Gets it to him.
Great heads-up look there from DeRozan to get his teammate an easy basket.
George double-teamed. Anthony on the wing. It's stolen by Ibaka. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Another shot. It's hauled in by Adams.
And on some plays, everything goes your way except for the finish.
The shot by George, no good. The Raptors have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. From deep, Miles, good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assists. Miles has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. On the wing, DeRozan. Covered by Brewer. Van Vliet. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Timeout. Beautiful setup by DeRozan. Probably doesn't get enough credit for his unselfishness.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder. And Ibaka, a cornerstone player for 7 years in Oklahoma City, but they trade him away to Orlando and subsequently traded to Toronto.
You thought he'd have a bigger role in OKC under Billy Donovan, but it didn't happen. He wasn't content to just spot up and wait for the basketball. And they thought he might leave in free agency, so they looked to get value in return.
Some changes for Toronto. Pirtle, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Pascal Siakam comes in for Serge Ibaka. And it's Powell in for DeMar DeRozan. Here's Westbrook. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. For Toronto, they've gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Down low, poked away. To the middle, here's Anthony. Makes it off the glass. Anthony's got 6 points.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates.
Siakam kicks to Powell. Passes it to Van Vliet. Back to Powell, expanding his range. Here's Pirtle, and it's sent back by George. Westbrook dishes to Anthony. Siakam pulls it in. Toronto trailing. It's Powell on the wing, covered by Brewer. Powell kicks to Miles. Launches a 3, and that's good. Norman Powell for 3. Powell's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Unable to close out defensively, even against the smaller shooter.
Yeah, but out on the perimeter, a lot more space. It all evens out.
Greg, you watch the Thunder play, and it's clear that this team comes out looking to attack. Everyone on the team wants to put it on the floor and go right at the rim.
And part of that is their leader, Westbrook, just setting the tone. I mean, team finished near the top in points in the paint last season, and the addition of Paul George just helps to enforce that strength.
Toronto with the ball. They've got a 13-2 run going. Van Vliet kicks to Pirtle. 1:21 left in the first half. Van Vliet can't get it to go.
Defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
And the shot is good. The Raptor lead has been cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Paul George. For Toronto, they've gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second, 5 of 10. Toronto calls timeout. And the Raptors looking for a way to break through the East. Smitty, how do they get past the Cavaliers?
I don't know, Kevin. That's the question. As long as LeBron James stands in their way, it won't be easy. DeMar DeRozan said it himself. The key will be finding another star. In today's NBA, you need at least 3 stars to win.
Patterson, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Grant comes in for George. And Toronto has possession. Here's Pirtle. There's the pick. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry.
Really nice work. Pirtle going to town on the weak defense down in the paint.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You know what? It's a big momentum builder for sure. That could be a game-changing moment there.
And now the fast break. Westbrook with the ball. That one falls. Westbrook's got 13.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches. And how about the reaction time on D there? Almost comes up with the pick.
You know, these are the little plays that can add up when you look over the course of a game.
41 seconds left in the second quarter. Pirtle with the ball. Patterson's there. And the dunk by Pirtle.
It doesn't take much for Pirtle to throw it down. At 7 feet tall, all he has to do is be near the hoop
Westbrook, and finished off by Westbrook.
And this is what it's all about, guys. The competitive spirit, the energy that we're seeing. This one's got the feeling like it's going to go down to the wire.
I'm loving this one. It's been back and forth with these lead changes. It's probably going to just come down who has the ball last.
To the wing right side. Pirtle, the pass to Pop. 4 on the shot clock. And the shot will not go from Anunoby. No one near Westbrook as he lets it go. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. It's the Thunder leading by just 1.
Thanks, guys.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal. And it was all Russell Westbrook in the first quarter. He ended up with 15 points, 2 steals, and 3 assists. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
Well, I think they're feeling the energy of this hometown crowd. Sometimes you get a little complacent and comfortable in your surroundings, but no, they fed off adrenaline in the first half.
Shaq, what was your takeaway? That's it for halftime. As the
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook. Some players will actually surprise you with their athleticism after they come into the league. They make that next step. Any guys, Smitty, that became more athletic once they arrived that you have seen in the league?
You know, that's interesting. Draymond Green has gotten more athletic. I think he's lost a lot of weight and put himself in a position to play a little bit more above the rim and with his quickness. That's the one guy that sticks out. I will say a guy that I've been marveling about, Kevin, is Jabari Parker. After his injury, it seemed like his athleticism has gone to another level.
So the Raptors 5 right now. The talented Lowry and DeRozan pair in the backcourt. Then there's Pirtle, and it's Siakam in at the 4 spot. DeRozan dishes to Pirtle. And the dunk by Pirtle.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
It looked like a total breakdown to me there. He exploited that hole perfectly and made them pay.
Raptors trail by 3. Raptors moving the ball around.
What vision from Pirtle, getting the pass over to the wide open man.
And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That's his first foul. Toronto on defense. Grant kicks to Anthony from the baseline. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Anunoby sinks the triple. Anunoby's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Great play calling. The execution. 3 for 3 to start the half.
There's the foul. It's on Patrick Patterson. That's his first foul. Raptors have gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. I think the one thing about Patrick Patterson out of Kentucky, he is a smart basketball player.
Yeah, he's not the best rebounder or shot blocker, but the advanced stats love him. And he gets the job done at both ends of the floor. And the shooting form of Anthony, just perfect. He's dangerous with the catch and shoot and just terrific at scoring when in rhythm.
And Pirtle gets it to go on the assist from DeRozan. Pirtle's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Important point there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Lowry kicks to Siakam. And he lays it straight in. And the Raptors lead by 4.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
Outside Anthony takes the 13-footer, and Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
And since halftime, he has been a different player.
Toronto calls timeout. Greg, when you think about the franchises in the league that have sustained success, who are always competitive, Oklahoma City should be right there at the top.
I mean, just look at the records for the Thunder, and their success really does speak for itself. 8 straight seasons of 500 or better basketball. Only the Spurs and Rockets can also make that claim.
And the Thunder with some changes. Collison comes in for Patrick Patterson. And Georgia subbed in for Jeremy Grant. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Toronto. Baca comes in for Pascal Siakam. No good from Valanciunas. Oklahoma City trailing. Here's Westbrook. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And one thing you have to say about Russell Westbrook, he is an absolute star. I mean, the type of player you can build around and win with. Just the total package on the offensive end of the floor.
The numbers Westbrook put up last season in his MVP run, Greg, just staggering.
And you figured his numbers would get a bump, but I don't think anybody could have expected this guy to average a triple-double. I mean, arguably the most impactful superstar in the league.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
And I just love the aggressiveness from George, just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
For Toronto, they've gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. Outside DeRozan. He kicks it to Lowry. Pass to Ibaka. 5 on the clock, and it's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here.
In for the Raptors, Norman, Fred VanVleet.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pass to Anunoby. He's off on that one. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. Westbrook kicks to Brewer. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
Not his forte. I don't care how open you are. He should not be taking that shot.
Here's Valanciunas. Here's Ibaka, and it's sent back by George. It's Westbrook with the drive, and Westbrook throws it down hard.
And you know Westbrook has an outstanding vertical. And once he gets to the launching pad, rim, beware.
1:09 left in the third. They get the rebound. Valanciunas, good. Valanciunas has got the game tied up here for Toronto.
His combination of energy and anticipation showing up on the offensive glass.
Anthony's shot is off.
Yeah, the aggressive D inside leads to a missed opportunity there.
You know, he had terrific position, does a good job of affecting the shot without fouling.
Valanciunas, great D that time from Collison. Oklahoma City has gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. And Anthony gets it to go.
He's been locked in all quarter, really finding his rhythm.
Feeds to Valanciunas. It's taken away by Collison. And now the fast break. George with the ball. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. The Thunder shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good. Paul George.
And no matter what, one of the big positives they can take away from this game is how well they perform at the line.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Collison. Houston comes in for Carmelo Anthony. Alex Abrinas has checked in for Corey Brewer. And it's Felton in for Russell Westbrook.
That's a huge advantage, having a big guy who can shoot free throws like this.
Valanciunas with a screen on Felton. And there's the feed to Valanciunas. Sends it back. Outside, George. It could go. No good trying to beat the buzzer. And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the fourth quarter. Thunder out in front. They finish off the third quarter on a 12-4 run. and we'll return shortly. Let's take a listen to a recent huddle from Coach Billy Donovan.
Just an observation. We got to get a hole up.
Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. Raptors trail by 4. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. So for Oklahoma City right now, on the wings of Abrinas and George. Adams is out there with Eustace. Then it's Felton in at the 1 spot. Clock at 6.
That's a jump ball.
And the Raptors with the ball. Shot clock at 3. Miles, that's for 2. The shot, no good. George with the defensive effort. And he overdid it there. Too much force, it looked like, on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant.
Boy, a very hard foul that time, and the officials had to slap him with the flagrant. I mean, you can't let him get away with that kind of contact.
Yeah, G, that's an easy call for the officials to make when there's that much contact. The league is really cracking down on those sort of plays. That's good from George.
And Paul George kind of made it known of his desire to leave for L.A. after this season, but big risk for the Thunder to make that move and trade for him.
And George drops them both.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
OG, I don't know.
Screen by Adams. Now, here's George. He's guarded closely. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And for Paul George, who knows what the future holds for him, but Greg, he is a great fit, it would seem, for the Thunder.
Listen, you give the Thunder another star to pair with Westbrook, and they're taking a leap of faith here with George.
Here's DeRozan. Sinks the three-pointer.
And he has the chops for this, raising the intensity when it matters most.
You see why his number's being called dangerous score down the stretch.
Here's George. And it's George again missing.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
And also protecting the rim at all costs. I love the anticipation to affect the shot.
And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. And there's the pass to Eustace. Shot clock at 5. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
What a play there, the hoop plus the harm. When Paul George announced this summer that he intended to leave for the Lakers when the contract ran out, you knew what was coming. Even as a rental possibility, the suitors lined up, and eventually the price was paid, and now George finds himself in a Thunder uniform.
Patterson, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. And to many, the Thunder came out of nowhere to land George in that trade.
You know, most thought Cleveland or maybe Boston were the front runners for his services, but the Thunder snuck in and made their team a two-star squad once again. Very interesting to see how far the duo of Westbrook and George can go.
And the Raptors call time here. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Anunoby. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Dwayne Casey talk to his team. He told them, hey, stick with what's working. He said they're giving us all the room we need to get easy looks in the paint. Let's keep working the ball inside. Guys, back to you.
What you love about Jakob Poeltl is his size. A 7-footer who plays hard on both ends of the floor.
No good on that one.
Well, his sophomore season at Utah, Jakob Poeltl led the Pac-12 in field goal percentage at over 68%. Once he developed his left hand, defenders couldn't do anything to stop him.
And he's good on the second. And Steve, Poeltl was a dominant low-post scorer in college. Can he replicate that, you think, in the NBA?
You know, I think it's going to be hard. Post offense is losing favor in this NBA. You love a big man with soft hands and the ability to finish around the basket, but he has to develop some kind of jump shot.
Here's George, and the rejection by Ibaka.
Great defense by Serge, a tremendous athlete, blessed with insane length and leaping ability.
And it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Adams. Here's DeRozan. And right on target. Good. DeRozan's got 5 points in the quarter.
Efficiency has been the hallmark right now down the stretch. He is making the most of his opportunities.
That's tipped. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. A different look for Oklahoma City. Anthony's checked in for Patterson. Brewer comes in for Alex Abrinas. And it's Russell Westbrook in for Raymond Felton.
Russell Westbrook.
Now here's DeRozan, covered by Brewer. Out left to the wing. Now here's DeRozan. Dishes to Poeltl. Shoots over Adams. The offensive rebound. Ibaka, the pass to DeRozan. Ibaka sets the pick for DeRozan. Back to Ibaka. Knocked loose. Brewer with the steal. And pushing it up here. Here is Oklahoma City. Westbrook's got the ball.
Gotta love the shot blocking ability of Poeltl. Wonderful timing right there.
Second shot opportunity. Fast break Toronto. A shot by Lowry. Wide open. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Anthony.
Raptors ball.
DeRozan. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. And DeRozan kicks to Lowry. Over Westbrook. Lowry can't get that one to fall.
Yeah, another missed opportunity, and you can just see the frustration.
He wants to help his team, but when you're in position to finish, it's hard to turn that down.
Paul George. Shooting 2.
Shooting 2.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. So he gets them both, and it's a 7-point game.
Nice job at the line to expand the lead.
Toronto's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. But they recover it.
Wow, another opportunity. Just everything going their way. Pretty much the story of this game. DeRozan simply rising to the occasion with that huge shot.
Westbrook kicks to George. Poked away, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Thunder will retain possession. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They lead by 4. 56 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Russell Westbrook.
He deserves a lot of credit, but the D they played on him deserves a little bit of the blame as well. Even when he got hot, they didn't do enough, I don't think, to try and cool him off. And they've been passive when they've needed to be aggressive, and boy, did he make them pay.
Valanciunas, he's checked in for the Raptors. They get a hand on it, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Valanciunas. Now, here's Brewer. DeRozan defending. It's stolen by Valanciunas. The three. And it's DeRozan missing.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. You've got to have better shot selection. And guys, how fun is it watching this fella just go to work?
Greg, it's not every point guard who can climb the ladder like he can.
Not at all.
You might look at him and think he can't get up, but he finds a way to consistently surprise the D by rising way above them time after time. Loaded up with a lot of confidence, DeMar DeRozan can be a big-time performer.
2 shots in the lineup coming. Carmelo Anthony.
He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game. Guys, this possession could decide their fate.
They have to be careful with the ball.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Takes a 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. And he commits the intentional foul.
That's his second personal foul. Russell Westbrook. Shooting 2.
Shooting 2.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's an 8-point game. There's 14 seconds left to play here in the fourth. 3-pointer. They grab their own miss. And Valanciunas kicks to DeRozan. Fires the 3. So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Carmelo, what did you like best about the win tonight?
We just played hard. We came out here ready to play. We jumped out there quick on the defensive end, and offensively we got it going again. And it was a great team win today, though.
Everybody contributing. Carmelo, thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. Now for Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA here on 2K Sports. So long.